So at Topa Topa Brewing Company, the beer starts in our grist case, and we jump up top. We load all the grain in. It goes through a mill that cracks the grain and exposes the starches to the enzymes. And all that happens in the mash. So we mix the water and the grain together. The enzymes break down that starch into a sugary liquid called wort. We then take that entire mash and we transfer it over to the lauter tun. The lauter tun's a cool vessel. It's got a bottom plate that has little holes in it, and essentially that mash that we made sits on top, and we lauter over the sugary wort into the boil kettle. And that's where all the magic happens in the boil kettle. So we're sterilizing that sugary liquid, we're concentrating it, and we're also adding our hops. And in this case, for the coffee IPA, we added our beans at the end just to mimic the temperature of what you would do with a high quality roast. At 205 degrees is where you want your coffee, and during the whirlpool stages of the brewing process is that same temperature. So we're extracting all those berry notes I talked about earlier into the beer, and then that goes for about 10-15 minutes, and we're gonna cool it down and essentially pump it over to one of our fermenters. And we're gonna add the yeast, and then it's kind of out of our hands. There's an old saying that brewers don't make beer, they make wort, and that's really true. The yeast are what are eating the sugars and producing the alcohol and CO2.
The overall vibe here is just a great gathering place for the community. The patio is amazing just to hang out for a little while, or being inside on a hot day is really cool. People come here just like do some work or catch up with friends, or come for a beer.
Yeah, well, a lot of breweries have mug clubs or membership clubs where you can buy in and you get some sort of a benefit. We're trying to make the collective a little bit more than just that. While there are some great benefits that members enjoy, we're really trying to get people to join who believe what we believe. And we've always viewed Topa Topa as a conduit to talk about something bigger, larger than just the beer that we make. So we'd like to use the collective as a vehicle for that, to get people kind of on our team or in our tribe who believe in higher quality products, who believe in preserving the environment wherever they can, and who believe in having a good time and getting together and conversing like people seem to not want to do too much anymore. So that's a big driving force behind the collective, getting people here, gathering in the tasting room, gathering around some great beer and talking about what what concerns them. So the part of the movement for the collective, we're donating a portion of the sales from that collective group to the Los Padres National Forest, Forest Watch, which is a really great organization that works tirelessly to preserve the open space that I think a lot of people who live in this region, that's what they love. And so that's a big part of who we want to be as a brand.
The collective is it's for people who come frequently like myself, and you get a few things, a little swag, you get a hat, you get a growler, you get a shirt. But the good part of it is you get special parties, when they have, when they release a new beer, they let us have it first, and you get a bigger pour. You get a 20 ounce instead of a 16. It's a great deal. We love it.
So after home brewing for a number of years, Jack and I started the home brewing co-op, where we got 12 guys together and bought a pretty large home brewing system. We did that for about a year and decided that we wanted to try and start a brewery. So we planned that for a little while, met Casey, loved his beers, and decided to take it up to Ventura, where there was a little more market opportunity than San Diego, which has lots and lots of awesome breweries already.